The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, SqueezeMobi community. Enrique here, about to kick off another great session tonight. Depending on where you are in the world right now, for me, and I hope people didn't get confused a little bit by the time changes, because it all depends on where you are in the world. So give me a big hello in the chat box, in the Q&A box, if you are ready. Hello from NYC. That's what I like to hear. James Alton Thomas, Mark, Ronnie, George. Let's get this party rocking. All right. I see a lot of people here in the room tonight, ready for another great session. What are we going to go over tonight? Now, as people pour in, we're going to get right into it, because we have a jam-packed agenda full of content. And I'm going to run you through the process of how to flip mobile sites. Now, before we do that, I do have a question for you. And James is saying, we want to make money in capital letters. So I'm going to give you a corny question, like everyone does. Who wants to make money here? No, that's not my question. My question is, how many mobile sites have you sold? How many mobile sites have you sold? This is important for me, and I'm seeing a lot of zeros. I see a 1, almost 1. All right, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 3, 1.5. All right, that's, hey, Carolyn. All right, I see a couple numbers. I would say approximately 80% of the people on here, though, have sold 0 sites. So what we're going to be running through today, before, I just want to ask, I need some energy. You know I feed off of your energy, and I am already pumped, but I want to get even more pumped. So is everybody in the room ready to rock and roll? If you are, give me a yes. And let's flip some mobile sites today. We're going to be flipping mobile sites. I'm going to be walking you through the process from lead generation to actually going into the clients, talking a little bit about our audit method as well, how you can audit people, how you can use different types of scripts that convert depending on your personality. You know, I mean, there's not one standard script. That's one thing. People always are like, I just want everything from A to Z. It won't always mesh with you, and that's something that's very important. Now, we do, and you may have seen the offer as well. We do have some one-on-one coaching clients who we obviously go into much more detail regarding these topics and work with them intimately. But I know a lot of people, just like you gave me the feedback, a lot of people on here have sold 0 mobile sites. So this is a very important session, because we need to change that. We need to change that. We need to start all taking more dedicated action, whether we're ready or not, because, as I'll show you in a couple of seconds, a lot of you think you're not ready, but that's BS. So let's all start making some money, and let's figure out a way how to reach our goal. Our goal is at least $1,000. At least $1,000. You know, just a modest goal, because once you, let me tell it to you like this. When I got into this whole world of marketing, local, online, mobile, there was all these ideas, all these things coming at me, and that moment when I broke that $1,000 mark, I knew there was just a shift in my entire set of thinking, my entire set of beliefs. I knew that I crossed a line that I would never be able to then, did something that I would never be able to undo, and went into another stage of my life, leveled up, like, and I did not know that was possible. It completely changed the dynamics. And so it's not about making $1 million. It's not about making $1 million. That's not what it's about. Let's take it one step at a time. I probably, because $1 million, or whatever your lofty big goals are, they seem so unachievable at times. But it's really just baby steps. And once you start taking a few of those, it gets much, much easier. And then you start taking steps, then you start running, and it's all on autopilot. It's just the momentum is there, and you get carried forward, and you start reaching your goals. So don't worry about some crazy goals. Let's worry about first a couple $100, selling that first mobile site, but potentially even $1,000. Cross that line so that we can start progressing. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Now, who has these? Tell me. Who thinks that they need a business card? Who doesn't have a business card? Dr. Keith says that everyone does. And I don't know if you mean by that everyone has one or everyone needs one. And a lot of people, okay, what about technology? Do you feel that the technology is holding you back, that you just don't, you just feel like, okay, I'm going to promise I want a mobile site, like, or an SMS campaign, whatever. I'm not going to be able to deliver. How the hell am I going to deliver after that? All right, a lot of people are saying that the technology is, and I know that's a fact. What about let's skip the knowledge. You all have the knowledge. I know you all have the knowledge. What about the experience? When you walk into that client and they ask you, okay, yeah, that's all great. Tell me about some results you got in the past. What about that? I've built 0 mobile sites. I've sold 0. What do I say now? Any other good ones? Because you know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you right now, take those thoughts, crumple them up, and throw them somewhere else, because they are just excuses. One of our students, one person that we worked with quite intimately, and in the beginning, we only worked with him for an hour. We had an hour-long session. He not only didn't have a business card, he not only did not know how to implement anything that he was going to promise, he didn't have any experience. He hadn't sold any mobile sites, nothing like that. He went on within 1 week, just 1 hour with us. Within 1 week, he closed $16,000. $16,000. And I think at that time it was Australian dollars. It was about between 12 and 13 Australian dollars worth of deals. And he had no idea how he was going to implement. What he just did, he just started doing walk-ins. He just started approaching clients and started making moves, getting that value add and hitting that value add, which was him talking with clients. So I want to drive that point home, that I want you to take all those excuses, throw them out the window, because they are not valid. And after this call, I'm going to give you a certain set of different exercises and things that you could do, a lot of ideas. I want you to close that laptop and actually do them. If you can at least commit to action, give me a yes. If you can commit to some action, give me a yes. Put a yes in that box, and let's go start taking some action. All right, next thing. What do you need? What's the only thing that you need? You don't need a business card. Les didn't even have a business card. What Les said, that that a business card. Now I like business cards, especially if you have like a really cool business cards, and the reason is because we have some cool business card templates, and they're cool. Like it just makes you feel like you're in this power position at your company, right? When you have CEO of I don't know, Carol Mobile Consultants, you just feel like the boss. But what does the business card do? Hey Carol, I right now I don't have time. Can you just leave me a business card and I'll follow up? What is that usually? That's a nice way of saying what? Oh, hey, just leave me a business card and we'll follow up at another time. Go away, not interested. If it doesn't happen then and there, and that's why Les was saying, from my experience as well, if you don't get that client right then and there to take some sort of action to not leave it in the thin air, but at least set up a follow-up appointment where you can audit their marketing plan, where you can audit their business, you are not going to go anywhere. But the only thing that you need, and even if you don't have one, you actually don't even need this, it's a smartphone. But it helps. Smartphone helps. Why? Because you can demo stuff, and I'll walk you through some of the things that you can demo. You can show your potential clients that are going to make it kind of cool. All right? Because a couple people are saying, hey, I don't have a smartphone. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It can help, but you don't need one, okay? You don't need one, but it can help. So let's hit some niches. What are some of the niches that you want to target? Give it to me. Give it to me, everybody. Before we go over these, what are some of the niches that you are excited about targeting? I see roofers. I see realtors. I see ophthalmologists, dentists, plastic surgeons, LASIKs, chiropractors, taxi companies, exercise studios, gyms, astronauts. All right, let's take mobile to the moon, because that's exactly what we're going to do with the mobile revolution. Because there are two different types of niches. All right, for us, especially people at the 0 mark, let's start with the highly frequented niches. What are these? What are these niches that are highly frequented? Larry says gynecologist. You're awesome, Larry. Highly frequented niches. I mean, some people, I'm hoping I'm hoping that you don't have to be going to see a lawyer 3 times a day. You don't have to be going to get teeth pulled out 3 times a day, even though that wisdom tooth it still might be bothering you a little bit. You might have a cavity, and I hope your wife doesn't lock you out 3 times a day, so you have to hit up the locksmith that many times. Same thing with the plumber. I came back from Brazil the other week, and my stomach hasn't been feeling too well. But let's hope that I won't have to call the plumber 3 times a day. Now, the regular highly frequented niches that we want to target are cafes, restaurants. Think, right? Where are you going to go 3 times a day? All right, you might be cooking. For example, I know Avi loves to. I think Mark's saying bars. Now, Avi loves to cook. He doesn't go out too much. I love going out. I don't have time as much. I just love to grab something real quick to eat. And these are types of niches that you can drive customers back into these restaurants, cafes, whatever it may be, over and over and over again. It's really easy by implementing some SMS campaigns, easy SMS campaigns. They're also the type of niches that a lot of people on the street. You're going down. You're saying, all right, where am I going to go eat? Oh, let me pull out my smartphone. You're doing local searches on your mobile phone. And for example, kind of a crazy statistic. 46% of restaurant consumers would use a restaurant smartphone app. So even apps, not even just doing local searches, not just opting into SMS campaigns, but even, oh, hey, let me download the menu. Let me do this while I wait and wait for my food to get delivered. The important part is if I walk out right now and this could depend on where you live. I look left, I look right. I see a ton of restaurants, cafes, bars, and there is probably in my city here, if not thousands, at least hundreds and hundreds of cafes, bars, restaurants. Now that presents a very good opportunity for me and for you as well. Why? Because, okay, what if one says no? Oh, great, I got another one. If another one says no, great, you have another one. And the best part about restaurants, cafes is the ROI is there, and they can see it. I'm actually right after we get right after we get off this call, I'm going to my little Vietnamese place right here where I was talking with the owner last week. And usually, because of opportunity cost, I'm not going to take on restaurant clients. I prefer right now at this stage to only take on bigger clients and play more of an advisory role, more of a consulting role where I structure mobile marketing campaigns, online marketing campaigns for my clients. But I like the food there, and I'm getting to know the owner a little bit. He's a cool guy. And we just started talking about marketing, talking about how he could potentially implement an SMS campaign just with a simple QR code flyer that potential clients, when he's there, right there at the cash register, he works even at the cash register sometimes, or one of his employees, whoever, they would say, hey, you know what, while you're waiting, scan the QR code, and I'm going to give you a spring roll for free if you just tell me the code and opt in. And boom, now he's starting to build his SMS list. And usually, like Mondays, Tuesdays, he's not that busy, especially in the evenings. Oh, boom, let's send out an SMS blast and drive all these customers, especially now I know maybe I'll have some leftover food towards the end of the day back to my restaurant. And the ROI is there, and it's huge. So those are the niches that I highly recommend that you should be targeting. Write that down, that it is huge. The ROI is easy to build. Now, what about high profit niches? These are niches where if you get one new customer by implementing your mobile marketing strategies for that niche, for that business, you get them one new customer, you are making them a ton of money. Some of these, for example, lawyers, I mean, depending what type of law, their leads can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Just one new client. But on the other hand, these are a little bit tougher. You gotta be on point with your presentation. You gotta have practice at least a tiny bit, unless you know them, unless they're friends or family that you can leverage. And then you have others that I'm just gonna skip over, but let's start as a takeaway, because I saw 80% of the people on here with 0 mobile sites sold. Niches like cafes, restaurants, start with that. They're getting huge amount of traffic. The ROI is very easy for you to build and to show them, and boom, you get rejected. Awesome. Who cares? There's another one right around the corner. Now, the beginner's exercise, before you start cold approaching, I want you all to take out a pen and a piece of paper. Don't do it on the computer, because it's just going to be another file that you're going to save. and it's just going to get lost in the other 30 Word docs that you have, or OneNotes or whatever that you have open. So do this right now. Take out a pen and a piece of paper, and I want all of you to write down. And even if you've done this exercise with us, I want you to do it again, because you can never have enough leads. I'm sure if you got more business, you could figure it out. Kathy pops his pen and paper. Right, we're mobile consultants. We don't use. We're gonna take our notes on our iPhones. But you're not gonna follow up on that. When you write it down, there still is some magic to writing things down. So 10 friends and family who either have a business, maybe know a business owner. They could be friends of friends who own a local business. This could be a restaurant. This could be a plumber, a roofer, whatever type of local business. Just start thinking. Just start thinking and brainstorm this. And don't only write that down. Write down also their number, or figure out a way to find their number. Why? Because if you're planning on emailing them, great. That's an easy way out. Let me tell you, it's not going to do anything for you, because how many emails do you get in your inbox? Tell me. I get probably, between 50 and 50 plus a day, and I've tried to streamline it quite a bit. I've tried to streamline it so I don't get that many, but I still get so many. So is there a huge chance that I might miss something? Yeah, I might. So we're going to leverage those leads, and you might say, oh, I want to have that secret, and we're going to get to the secret method that you can leverage for unlimited leads that you could even look up while you're watching TV, while you're just watching TV, and I'll talk about that in a second. And they're high quality leads that are begging for your services, but a lead is a lead. So let's make it simple. Let's take baby steps. Let's take it from step A, and first, just take a few steps forward. Because a lead is a lead, and some might be worth more, but that's really based on the niche as well. And some you can charge more for your services, and that's what we're going to do. Because in the end, we don't want to sell hundreds of mobile sites. We want just a few premium clients that we can structure their entire marketing campaigns for. So let's start with the ones that are going to convert with and convert well. And those are obviously going to be the ones that you know. Why? Because you already have that rapport. And I was actually just talking with, if you potentially know Mobile Monkey, he's also released some products. I know he's probably helped some of you guys as well. Mobile Monkey, he was telling me. Yes, so we're talking about just closing, and how big of a role, how rapport plays an essential role, a huge role. And the thing is, with friends and family, or through a referral, you automatically have that rapport. Now you tell me, how important is rapport? On a scale of 1 to 10, in closing, how important is rapport? It's huge. It is freaking huge. Exactly. Everyone's saying 10. It is so important. Why? Now, let me ask you, okay? Carolyn, Dennis, Bruce, any of you. If you know me really well, you trust me. We're buddies. And you have the money. Money is not that big of a factor. And I'll just do something for you that might change your business. But you're like, I don't buy this whole mobile thing. But we're real buddies, And I'm really excited about it, and you just trust me. What's your answer going to be? Unless you're strapped on cash, hey, why not? I'll throw a couple $100 at this. I'm a lawyer. I'm making a good amount of money. Who cares? If it's just some random guy that you don't know, you don't feel any trust, any connection to, rapport is huge. And this is a people's business. You know, we might think that we're in a technology business, that mobile, right? This mobile revolution. But in the end, we're in the people's business. We're out there trying to get clients. The maintenance part, that stuff is easy. That stuff that'll come later. And we have some good things as well that we have in the pipeline that you're going to be able to deliver within a couple seconds, and it's easy. But the rapport, that's what you need to focus on. And of course, those are the types of leads. So let's talk about the secret method. Who's ever used the yellow pages? In the past 6 months, who has used the yellow pages, and not as a source of lead generation, but I see Bruce, no, not for years. Now who's used them either as a chair, or if you were cold, you know, during the cold winter and you needed to throw something in the fireplace? Or like Bill said, as toilet paper. Not even, right? Not even. That's even a stretch. Come on, what you know, the yellow pages aren't even good toilet paper. Like, what good are they? Now, does that mean that businesses are not paying huge amounts of money in order to get listed in the yellow pages? That they're not paying huge amounts of money? And I'm talking a lot of money to be listed in the yellow pages. And let me ask you this, okay? If a business is listed in the yellow pages, and your business, let's say, you know, Lucy's mobile marketing consultants, or Lucy's, let's say, roofers, are listed in the yellow pages, and myself, Enrique, gives you a call and says, hey, Lucy, you know, I want my roof done. Are you going to know that lead was sourced? Is there any tracking? Is there any analytics that the yellow pages provides? They don't even track leads. So you don't even know your ROI. What type of crap is that? That's BS. And why the hell are these businesses using them? I don't know. But that shows you people are stuck in their ways and they can't change. So unless you're targeting a demographic that's in their 70s or 80s who are still proven, it's still proven that they actually do use the yellow pages. And unless you figure out a way, maybe you put in a different number in the yellow pages so that you could track it. You see how many calls. But what business is doing that? Come on, let's be realistic. No business is going to be doing that, and they're not going to take the time to do that. So unless you're doing that, then the yellow pages are a dying breed. Now, what does that mean for you? That's an opportunity for me and you, for us. That's a huge opportunity because we can now leverage those leads, and who knows in their area how much an ad in the yellow pages, a full page ad in the yellow pages costs. Who knows? Now, let me tell you, it costs more than the average salary in the United States. More than the average, just to have a little like, you know, ad picture, more than the average salary in the United States. Now, and I was talking with Jason. I loved it when he said this. You would be better off for that amount of money a lot of times renting a private jet for one day, printing out a whole bunch of flyers, and just throwing them out all over your city, and they would be flying all over. That would probably be a better use of your money than to spend money on the Yellow Pages, because the Yellow Pages cost between $25,000 and $50,000 depending on where you live, what type of area, for a full page ad in the Yellow Pages. $25,000 to $50,000. That is on average more than, or approximately, what the average person in the U.S. makes. And that's crazy. So what about you? Get the Yellow Pages. Go to yp.com. Enter your zip code. Call sales. Order the physical directory, because you're going to start leveraging it. If you haven't started looking in them, let's start looking at them. Why? Of course. Where are your best leads? One of your best lead sources. Awesome. All right. So how much does it cost in your area? That's what you want to figure out. Why? Because when you can take that cost, it is a perfect segue into a conversation. Number one, in the beginning of the conversation, and also at the closing. Why? Because business owners, okay, yeah, you gave them all this stuff, but you need to then also deliver and show them the ROI. The return on investment. And you say, hey, how much are you spending on the Yellow Pages? You could tell them what the average person is spending. Ask them how much they're spending on the Yellow Pages. Why? Because then that's real. Then they realize, oh, damn, I'm actually spending this much on the Yellow Pages. This is exactly what Les did. And once you do that, once you pinpoint how much they're spending, boom, you can then leverage that. And it'll pique their number one, it'll pique their interest. Number two, it's great for the close, because obviously you're going to offer a package. For $25,000, what could you do? What could you do for a business? Boom. Now, all right, so what we want to then go into is some scripts. All right, let's get into some scripts. How are we going to jump into this, and what are we going to do? All right, so number one is the cold script, and this is, you guys love walk-ins, right? Everyone here loves walk-ins. You're not scared of them. You don't mind doing walk-ins. I know everyone on the call hates walk-ins, but let me tell you, walk-ins are awesome, and I do highly recommend that everyone leverages them. Why? Because it not only pushes your own comfort zone, but it is going to solidify your sales skills. And just walking in, and depends, and for me, it really depends on the day. And right now, because we leverage different things in our business, we don't do walk-ins anymore. And on top of that, as all of you know, Rich, I love it, been doing them for 30 years. As all of you know, we're located outside of the U.S., yet where are we focusing our efforts on? U.S. and the U.K. But that's the beyond the scope of this call, or the different telemarketing operations and things of that nature. And then when you get into outsourcing, these are the first steps on how you can flip those mobile sites really quick. So let's get into walk-ins, and just walking in and saying, hey, my name is Enrique, and I'm introducing myself to different business owners around town, trying to get to know some people, because I have a business of my own that I just recently started, and I'd love to go out and grab some lunch with you sometime, or maybe just a coffee. Do you have a little bit of time this week, or sometime later? You didn't even say anything about mobile marketing. You're just trying to get to know people. Why? It goes back to the point before. You want to build that rapport. It's not about pushing forward. It's not about pushing it. Boom, 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 boom. I need to get the sale. No, it's just, hey, let's expand my network. Why? Because if they like you, even if you can't then later add value to their business, they like you. They know other business owners as well. They're gonna refer you. So just simply getting to know people. And Beverly, one of our star hot seaters as well. This is the type of method when we sent her out on her walk-ins. This is the type of method that she used, and she just drove up in her car, got out, and started doing walk-ins in random businesses. She said, hey, I could create my own list. I could create this huge list and plan everything out. But no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just walk into random businesses and then take them out for a little bit and then tell them what I'm doing. Now, if you want to be a little bold, this is sometimes good for cold calls. Sometimes good for cold calls. It's the bolder script, and it really depends, once again, how you're feeling and your personality. What type of person are you? Are you... And Jane, I have to stop for a second because I love James's comment. Yeah, I could be talking about all these scripts, right? But like James said, yes, but a short skirt and cuteness always gets a sale. So next time I'll do an entire webinar. I'll do a webinar on targeted at maybe how, on the female demographic of our audience, on how you can leverage that type of appeal in order to get your sales. Low cut blouse gets more, says Larry. All right, so back into the bold one is, and sometimes I like to do this on the phone as well. Whenever I'm calling just some place, and it doesn't even have to be kind of sourcing a client, but jump in with something that captures the person's attention, that breaks that pattern of what they're used to hearing. And my name is Enrique, and if you give me 30 seconds, then I'm going to tell you about an idea that will revolutionize your marketing, get you more leads than you've ever gotten, and make you more money than you have ever made this year, 2013, and on top of that, cost you nothing at all. Are you ready, or should I click and hang up the phone right now? And that gets their attention. You deliver that with enough energy. You have to deliver with the energy. You can't say, hello, I have an idea for you, and it's going to revolutionize your marketing and get you more leads. Now, you're going to have to deliver that with a little bit more power. And if you're doing it on a walk-in, to deliver with a playful attitude. And at that point, that's when you can show them your phone and start demoing things, which we're also going to get into a tiny bit later. But on top of that, say, well, why don't we do this? Instead, let's just grab a coffee and go over some interesting ideas. And you're going to be able, I'm going to show you something that you can actually even implement today, even without me, and that will get you results. What do you think? Do you have some time now? I could show you some of this cool stuff, or sometime later this week. Now, what can you do with your phone? What can you do with your phone? Powerful, powerful strategy. One thing you want to come prepared with, if you want to do some preparation, this is the type of preparation you should do. You should have their site just ready. You know the URL. Just show them their site. Show them their site. Take that phone, and when you load their site up, put it in their hand. Not just show. Don't just show them. Put it. Literally, physically, take that phone from your hands and place it in their hand. and say, hey, I'm a customer right now, or you're a customer, and you want to call your own business. Find me your number. How long is it going to take you? Oh, is it in a graphic? You can't even kind of highlight it. You can't do anything with it. What's going on there? Oh, wait, why don't you take that pen out of your pocket and write that number on your arm so you can remember it, and then you can call your own business. And, oh, are we already 60 seconds in? You get the point. You get the point. Don't be so brash as I was right now, and don't be so rude. But you get the point. And the key, though, don't show them. If someone sees something, they understand it. If they experience it, they understand it. They internalize it. And then you grab that phone out of their hand, you put it back in your hand, and you pull up their competitors. If you found one of their competitors that they know, preferably that they know, and say, okay, now, Jimmy's Accountants, let's say it's tax season, I want to get my, I'm going home from work, so I'm just looking accountants up. I got to get my taxes done. It's almost tax time, mid-April. We got about a month, guys. And you put it back in their hand and said, now, let's say you want to call Jimmy. What do you have to do? Oh, there's that tap to call. They just click. Try it out, Try it out. And then one more time, while you're taking them through this, you then pull up your Insta portfolio and you demo your templates and say, hey, Jimmy's site looks okay, but look at this site. And you demo, let's say, your whatever, your lawyer, your locksmith, any template that you have on there, depending on which customer that you're talking to, and demo them. Let them see it. Let them click around there. Let them feel it and how slick it is. And that right there is one of the most powerful exercises that you can run that business owner through. And we're going to get to another strategy, but as if you've sold 0 sites, this is the easiest way from going to 0 to a couple of sales. And then other things that you want to do is also just ask them. Once again, don't tell them the approximate cost for Yellow Pages. Hey, if they have a Yellow Page ad, if that's how you generate your leads, how much you spend on Yellow Pages? And how much is one lead worth to you? How much is one lead worth to you? And so that's a potential way to get the foot in the door. If you're doing the walk-in, it's a potential way to get the foot in the door. Another powerful then strategy is auditing their business, actually structuring their marketing plan. But before you do that, you want to set an appointment up. If you can't do it on the spot, set an appointment up. Why? Because not okay, I'll call you next week. Don't do that. It's not going to be real for you, meaning you might forget about it. It's not going to be real for them, so they're not planning on it. If it is scheduled, this is one thing that Avi has taught me and drilled into my hand. He says, unless it's scheduled, it's not real, and it's not happening. Don't count on it. And I know this is true. This is 100% true. So what you then want to do is, if you schedule that, leave the Google Mobile Playbook with the business. And I think I've showed most of you guys this, so you probably should have this. If not, maybe we could put the URL somewhere. But it's basically Google's way of selling businesses on mobile, and you just leave this with them. Who has this, by the way? Yes or no? I hope most of you should have it on. Okay. Yeah, I see. It's about 50-50. All right, great. So Google Mobile Playbook, leave this with the businesses. That way, Google does a ton of that selling for you. which is awesome, because then you don't have to do that, and then you can leverage also statistics there. 95% of smartphone users have searched for local information. That means they've looked for a business that they were going to potentially contact. 95% is huge, especially if that mobile site is not if that site is not optimized for mobile. Then when they hit that site and it takes maybe 20 seconds to load, they can't find the information, they're going to leave and they're going to go to their competitor. But if they are good, if it's a good site, then 61% even call the business, and then 59% visit in person. 90% of that action within is happening within 24 hours. What I want to let you know by telling you these statistics, that mobile is real. It's not just a bunch of BS. Oh yeah, one day we're all going to go mobile. Everyone's going to have a mobile phone. No, it is here. It is now. Businesses are losing out. They are not getting the results they can be getting because they have not adopted. What about mediums? How can you leverage this Google Mobile Playbook? Easy. Live with the walk-in. Then you just leave it there, leave it at the business. You do a cold call, get their email. You can send it to them via email on their follow-up, just for something they look at. So if you're going to do walk-ins, just print out a couple of these. Maybe bind them too. It's kind of cool. But don't worry about it. Even if they're not binded, if it's just stapled, it's good. And the playbook, we can put the URL there. Avi, if I send it to you via Skype, if you can maybe throw that URL in there, okay? If and I can try. If Avi throws that in there, then that would be helpful. Or give me 1 second, I'll throw it in for everybody, okay? I will throw it in for all of you in case you don't have it. Just 1 second. Yep, and it is on our Facebook page as well. And I think Avi just threw it there as well. Okay. Let me... Oh, right here. Okay, cool. All right, great. I think everyone should have it now. And let's see. So you could either cold call, then send it when you're doing via email. What other ways you could? These are just some ways you could generate leads, and we're not going to go over these in detail, but just some ways that you can generate leads. What about the alternate method or the follow-up? Let's say you capture their attention by demoing their mobile site and their competitor's mobile site. You capture their attention. Great. All right. Now, what do you then want to do? The best thing you can do is when you go up to that follow-up appointment, or even if you do it right then at that time, is craft their entire mobile marketing strategy and craft it specifically for a business. So let's go, because one thing right now that I was working on was I was telling you about that Vietnamese place, and so just because I like the guys, auditing their business and just structuring out a mobile marketing plan that would work for them, that's going to help them get more customers. Now, you generate the leads and you set up the follow-up coffee lunch appointment, and you bring an audit. Just audit them for a couple things and structure their mobile marketing strategy. And how do you do the audit? What does the audit really mean? You're just going to offer the business owner an opportunity to get a free analysis and a free consultation, focusing on adding value. But make sure that the value is communicated. This is one thing I want to stress. Why? Because a lot of people, they just graze past it. And they say, this audit. No, this is something, your time is extremely valuable. And you need to get that in your head. Otherwise, people are going to walk all over you, and they're not going to respect your time. they're not going to respect your time at all, because your time is extremely valuable. For example, for us here at SqueezeMobi, if you're going to have if you want to book a consultation with us, sure, great. But it's going to be $500. It's going to be just with one of us, and we're not going to prepare at all for that hour. It's just going to be a conversation. We're going to review everything during that hour. Why? Because of opportunity cost and a lot of the other things that we're working at. And you have to adopt a similar mindset as well. Otherwise, these local business owners are going to walk all over you, and communicate that. So saying, hey, usually our company, we charge $300 for this audit and the follow-up consultation, but I'll do a little bit of a scaled-down version for you of the audit for free, and we could structure out at least the mobile part. We don't have to structure out your entire marketing strategy, your entire online presence, but let's at least go over how you can implement some mobile marketing tactics into your business so you could start getting more and more customers back into the business, and also new customers that are doing local searches on their mobile phone, since such a huge percentage, about 1/3 of traffic, especially for restaurants. Let's say when I was talking with the guy at the Vietnamese place, said, hey, you're missing out on a lot of traffic. About 1/3, approximately 34% of searches, especially for restaurants, are conducted via a mobile phone, and that's a lot of traffic that you're missing out on. So communicate this value. And why does a free audit work? Why? Because how is it working? You're basically doing a free audit, but you're pointing out their weaknesses in their marketing platform, and you're structuring how they can fix those weaknesses, delivering a ton of value, building yourself up as the expert, as the authority figure. And do you think they're going to be able to do it as well as you? Hells no, definitely not. You're the expert. And even if you have limited knowledge, even if you feel like you don't have the experience, even if you don't feel like you can deliver, I guarantee you, you are miles and light years ahead of anyone else, especially local business owners who are just all focused on their business. They don't even want to implement these new types of strategies. And so what's a potential script for an audit that you could do where you basically take this business apart and see, hey, audit them for just a couple things. Hey, do you have a mobile site? Are you using SMS? Are you using QR codes? Do you have a mobile app? And to kind of run them through this checklist, create a PowerPoint presentation around it, and then strategize, hey, if you implemented your an SMS campaign just like I did with the Vietnamese place, structuring their mobile marketing strategy. Number one, hey, for you guys, if you implemented a mobile site, you would be then capturing this mobile traffic that you're not capturing right now. Once again, 34% of traffic for local searches comes via mobile phones, and you need to be capturing this. That's the number one thing I think you need in order to implement your mobile marketing strategy and take things to the next level. Number two, I can create, or I would highly recommend that you create, and this is for the Vietnamese place. This is what I was talking with the owner about. So I just want to give you an example how to actually structure this. Just a simple flyer, QR code flyer, where you have, hey, scan this QR code and receive a free spring roll while you wait. Just enter your number once you scan. That's it. Big QR code there. People scan it, redirects to a landing page with the number capture. They capture the number, boom, get added to the list. They get a follow-up message. They can have a code, coupon, whatever, depends how you want to structure it there. And they just tell the person at the cash register, oh, hey, can I redeem my free spring roll. Now, how is it easier? It's easier because the person at the cash register is there. They could build rapport with that person. They could actually get those conversion rates up, get people to actually scan those and build that SMS list. So then they start getting those different types of opt-ins. So those were the first two. Those were the two things that I highly recommended. I could have gone into mobile apps and things like that, but when I was structuring the strategy, you want to start small. You don't want to say, hey, let's implement a mobile site, an SMS campaign. Let's create a mobile app for you. Let's set up your Facebook fan page. Let's get you on Twitter. Let's do your SEO. So you're going to overwhelm this business owner. Now there's going to be a deeper funnel, but you want to start small. So that's why you want to start with mobile. Mobile's hot. And then that's when you kind of branch out and flip those mobile sites. Start getting those mobile sites. All right? And then branch out. And in further consultations, especially once you deliver and you deliver a quality product, deliver a mobile site, use one of our templates, then maybe even add an SMS campaign on top of that. That's when you set up another meeting. You take them through a deeper funnel and upsell them on higher end packages. What about a script? Let's just go through a quick script on how you can close businesses on audits. You'll be, hey Joe, so I own a business, and what we do is we provide mobile marketing services, and I do audits where I audit a business's entire mobile marketing strategy. This can range from mobile sites, SMS campaigns, mobile apps, even advertising via mobile. And after that, via a consultation, together we analyze 10 plus aspects of your mobile marketing strategy and point out specific spots where your platform may be weak, where you have some strengths, but regarding those weaknesses, sometimes a few simple tweaks can revamp and then often increase revenues upwards 30 to 50%, which could be a huge change for your business. And we could do this audit. I could do this audit this week. Then we can maybe sit down for lunch or coffee for about an hour and just go over some of it. And I'll tell you, and you can keep the audit after, and I'll outline the strategies that you can then implement. And under no obligation, don't worry, it's just a consultation. And of course I do this, and I can then implement the services if you think that the ROI, the value added, is there. But I want to help you out and at least give you some ideas. No means am I pushy or anything. What do you think? And that's your script. That's how you get them hooked on that audit. And then once you structure that mobile marketing strategy, you set up that consultation with them, run them through that. It's all gravy right then and there. All right, so we're about at the hour mark. I'm going to wrap it up around here. Actually, no. I wanted to say one more thing, and I wanted to talk a little bit about closing, because I know a ton of people have these questions. And so before I wrap it up, this is actually a very, very important point. How do you leverage the yellow pages? How do you leverage these different things that you learned about the business so you can close them? And it's very, very easy. You just ask that business owner, hey, once again, how much do you spend on the yellow pages per year? How much? How much do you spend? And when they tell you, hey, if they tell you something, even if they have a half a page ad and it's like $10,000, what can you do for that? You can do huge changes. Leverage how much they spend. Say, hey, I'm going to implement this entire strategy that we just outlined here for you. And my price, whatever your price is going to be, you throw your price in there. And basically, by outlining that, you have delivered that you're going to be delivering much, much more value for a lower cost and getting them bigger and huge results. Huge results. And once you give them those results, once you show them those results, that whether it's a mobile site, whether it's an SMS campaign, then the close is extremely easy right after that. The close is easy, and you can easily sell them on a mobile site because they see that value. Right then and there, they see that value. And you shouldn't really, at that point, have to close. Your hard closes aren't there anymore. And boom, you got it. So having said that, I want to wrap it up here, and I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you so much. I'm very excited because we're going to have part 3 of this 3-part series next week. And what we're going to be getting into, we'll see. We'll see. I still have a couple surprises for you guys. I have huge surprises. Make sure you don't miss that session. Okay? Make sure you don't miss that session because I am going to have a couple of surprises as well. And that one is important because I saw a couple questions, and it's going to be actually a very important session. I think, honestly, I think it's going to be almost an emergency because I saw some questions that I might have not got into because I didn't want to break the flow of the presentation that you guys need to implement in order to make it extremely simple for you guys. So please keep your ears perked and sign up for that session. All right? So we're going to get this replay up in the members area as soon as possible. And Larry says, giving away yellow page books. Yep. Give me your address. I'll send you a yellow page book. We can have and a couple of people have been asking about the replay of the last webinar, and I am not sure if maybe if we did not upload it there, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure we did under your bonus section. Okay, if not, I will double check that. And George saying it's already uploaded. I thought it was. Okay, cool. It is under bonus. Okay, that's great. That makes me happy. So I'll take 1 or 2 questions, and then I'm gonna head out. Now, so let's see. George, can you rephrase that question? What do you mean? Can you rephrase that question? Eddie is asking. Okay, Eddie's asking which other of your software would be good to get. Eddie, hold that thought. Okay, hold that thought. And we got something very cool for the SqueezeMobi members. We got something really awesome that's gonna be a freaking steal. All right, but just hold that thought. You know, I still want to give you guys some good training, and then we'll see what we could do with that. All right. So, okay. All right, Bruce is asking, what would you charge for a site? What would you charge for a site? It really depends, and I know a lot of people always ask this question. It's one of the most common questions. It really depends. What's the level of customization? What area do you live in? How much can you get away with charging? What type of business are you targeting? There are there are dozens of factors, and and you're going to get that with experience. And also, is this one of your first sites? You might want to underprice it just a little bit to get that experience. After 2 or 3, I don't recommend underpricing yourself, but those are some factors you want to consider. Now, as a rough, because I know that does not answer your question and you want me to give you a hard number, I would recommend between $500 and $1,000 for one of our templates. If there is more customization, let's say you gotta create a whole different niche, then even charging more than that. But depending on the scope of customization, that's what I recommend. All right, let's see. And George is saying, should I try to sell a mobile site to an independent insurance company since their buyers are not going to be as motivated to spend as folks looking for a locksmith, tow company, or a restaurant? Yeah, you should try to sell a mobile site to an insurance company. What I would do is look up on, use the Google keyword tool and see what the split is, especially in your area for insurance. Let's see how much mobile traffic insurance is getting. And once you do that, do kind of an analysis and see maybe if they're missing out, right? And what can you also do? An insurance company, you could sell them with the tap to call. Why? I mean, if someone's looking for insurance, they're looking on their mobile phone, maybe they're driving home or somewhere, and they're looking for doing some research on their mobile phone. They might want to set some type of appointment. They want to call that insurance company right away. So that tap to call landing page could be pretty big with a tap to call button, or a full-blown site with a tap to call button right on that first page. Could be pretty big. All right. Claude is asking, is the Yellow Page book a physical book or an ebook? Actually, if there was any confusion on this, then no, there's no Yellow Page actual book. I'm just talking about the hard Yellow Pages that you can actually get. All right, you can go to yp.com. You can actually order Yellow Pages there, and you could source leads from there. Plugins, James, also plugin software, anything like that. Hold that thought, guys. We have something crazy for you guys, all right? But I can't tell you more. That's the only thing I could tell you. All right, guys. Well, that is it. We are going to wrap it up. We are going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. Let's wrap it up. Let's have a great rest of the week, the weekend, and I will see you next week. We got some huge announcements that I'm gonna have to deliver to you guys. So hold some of those thoughts, all right? Take care, guys. Have a good night and rock it. When I ask you next time, how many sites have you sold? I do not want to see all those zeros again. Otherwise, I'm going to kick your butt, guys. Take care. Have a good night.